Port City said, trust the science. Boy, I don't trust them people as far as I can throw they butt. I'ma tell you about your little spit DNA test that is for entertainment purposes only. Now, what we want to see, I'm gonna tell the Native Americans, I'm gonna tell the indigenous so-called Mexicans. You can't be indigenous and Mexicans. Mexicans is a made-up term. It's a misnomer. We gonna keep telling y'all the same thing. Pull out them records, buddy. Show us. I want to see what they came up with your spit. Pull out some paperwork. Show us what you talking about. And since you want to trust your enemy so bad, show me one of your African cousins on their Port City. Oh, and for the Mexicans and the Native Americans, show me when they dug up a mummy and they tested it and it said they got sickle cell. Show us that y'all got the sickle cell trait, because those are the Maya. We know we got the sickle cell trait. So somebody needs to stop lying over here, okay, buddy? Prove to us you're not off an orphan train, and prove to us that you come from Africa.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
For people to see it. You understand what I'm saying, brother? So all you gotta do is set up a debate with me and we can go over this. Or with anybody in the Senate. It don't gotta be just me. But it's the
I heard you making comments on this artifact here at Port City, and I think it is disingenuous. I mean, it was. I think it was not. You were not being honest, right? I heard the comments that you made toward this artifact here, and bro, let's be serious in the work that we do, bro. Let's not just pick and choose the information, right? We only looking for the information that fits the narratives, right? If it goes against your narrative, you basically
no, honestly, bro, we've seen those images before. That's not new. What you guys don't do is show these images. We see all of these, you don't show that one, you don't show this one. These are the majority of what these folks look like. That's the majority. That's the majority. That's the majority. That's the majority. Okay? So we don't look like that, man. Come on now. We got our own artifacts over there in Africa. You should know about that. Now, what I need you to really do is pay attention to the science behind what I'm talking about. I told you that Native Americans possess a mitochondrial haplogroup of A, B, C, D, Q, and X. When they did studies in 2018 or 16, they did studies on these people, and they found out that they possess a haplogroup of A, my brother. That's what you need to be on. What you're looking at is outdated information. It's not up to date. It's below par. It's substandard. It's mediocre. All right? And I'm not trying to say this to be funny. I'm saying this because it is what it is. I respect you as a brother, but when it comes to this types of scholarship, we got a problem. And if you want to address these problems on YouTube in a scholastic debate with anybody on the damn syndicate, I'm down, because it's the syndicate versus all you niggas who think we playing with this information. So, brother,
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
Migration to Beringia from East Central Asia. The same shit I've been saying for 2 weeks. It says occurred about 30,000 to 43,000 years ago. What part of that do you don't understand, Brown Girl Pride? And look, the same people, real quick before you move on, these are the chat sheet right here. So, Native Americans in America today possess the same goddamn haplogroup as the people in East Asia.
I have a question though.
Stop fucking with me, y'all.
No, I have a question. How did they calculate these numbers? How?
They did a haplo test. They sequenced their DNA, bro.
Yeah, you want me to tell you how? I already told you how. They compare them to known reference populations. They don't use haplogroups. I'll show you the source that proves it.
Bro.
Am I gonna be the one?
Am I wrong?
What? No, yeah, you are. They don't use haplogroups. They don't base it on haplogroups. I'll show you the source.
Like I said, these people belong to that. These people right here, your ancestors.
Y'all are so fucking wrong in so many ways.
Yeah, right. Yeah, prove me wrong. Then.
So again, well, when you don't know the difference between autosomal DNA and mitochondrial DNA, and you think that they're almost the same thing and they get passed down in the same way, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Well, explain how y'all just sprung up out the dirt in America then.
Ain't nobody sprung up out the dirt in America.
Well, because your ass come from East Asia, goddamn.
Don't putting words in people's mouths.
Because you come from fucking East Asia.
And I don't even
fucking ashamed of this shit.
So that's another problem.
your
Because
fucking
y'all
problem,
sit here
and that's why
and
y'all
talk
coming at me
culture
with this dumb
that
shit.
you don't know shit about.
Yeah, I don't know shit,
And that's
homie,
the
whatever you
fucking
want.
problem.
But can
So
you
you
prove
don't
me
even know
wrong?
what the fuck
Have
we're
you
saying
proved
when
me
we're talking
wrong?
about creation
Have you proved me
stories.
wrong about the churchy,
So
yo?
if you want to cut
Have
me
you
off,
proved me
bro,
wrong
that's
about the
fine.
churchy
You scared as
being
fuck
connected to
because
y'all?
you don't act like
Look,
this
hey,
when
hey,
you're
everybody
proving
in
other
real
people
time,
wrong. You only
everybody,
act like
hold up,
this when
time
you
out.
getting proven wrong.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm gonna tell you something straight off the motherfucking press. I ain't coming for no foolishness.
Peace, 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 family. What's going on? Coming right black at you guys. Hope you guys are doing all right. Can you please hit the like when you come on in, just the two of you? So apparently we got like Negro Mound Builders of America, from what TikTok is saying. This is the wildest shit. Yeah, family. Mound Builders. Shout out to everybody that has came in. K77, I see you. Everybody. What's up? Peace, peace, family, peace. But yeah, so I'm strolling on TikTok. No, I'm strolling on YouTube, and I see one of these hot glue feather individuals tag me, but he didn't tag me. Y'all know the food, the roll your corn cat. We know the truth now, right? This fool think Negroes was in America, apparently building mounds and stuff, and that's far from the truth. He never hit me up directly. I invite him over here for the debate. So if anybody's listening, go ahead and send that message out to We Know the Truth Now. You know the truth now. Shout out to Roll Your Corn, whatever he be saying in his videos and shit. But yeah, the brother apparently thinks that we were the first peoples here in America. A lot of people have lost their African mind saying that shit. It's wild. But I'm gonna roll a clip pertaining to what he said, and we're gonna break down a little bit about these mounds and the origin. Like, did we really build them or not? Do we have a genetic footprint here in America? Yes or no? So I'm gonna roll the clip real quick. I won't even be on here long. I just wanted to kind of put this out here. Sometimes these videos is too long to put on TikTok, so I'm probably gonna put some of these videos out here because I can break it down a little bit more. Yeah, it's a constant combo, man. I don't know what's wrong with these people. All right, let me see if I can roll his clip. So this is what this fool talking about. Let me make sure I turn that off. Yeah, so he made a little YouTube. This is second one. He'll tag my video and then he'll be like, shut the hell up. And then he'll go to some pseudo shit. He'll go right into some pseudo shit. Roll the corn. You got to roll the corn. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If y'all on TikTok, y'all know what I'm talking about. But listen to this shit, man. Apparently in the video, he's claiming that some cat in the 1800s came across some mounds, and these particular mound sites were constructed by Negroes. And that's what he's putting out there. And that proves that we was here. Mind you, family, this particular event happened in the 1800s. So they didn't know anything about genetics. They weren't doing any of those types of tests at that time. And they were doing a lot of cranial metrics, meaning measuring the skull. And you cannot measure a skull and definitively select race. You can't choose race by looking at a skull. That's just not what you do. Now, early in the field of archaeology, that's all they had. They would literally come across these skulls. They'll take a ruler and they'll have measurements, and then they'll categorize these skulls and stuff until other sciences came in, like DNA testing and stuff like that. But this brother swears by these books. That's the problem with a lot of these cats. They'll take these old 1800 books and reuse them. It's like recycle garbage. These books have been debunked. The science and stuff has been debunked. So if you don't mind, I'm gonna play this clip and then we're gonna go over it real quick. I won't keep you guys long, but we're gonna go over what this fool said. Here we go. This is just a friendly reminder to some of you hot glue wearing ass Negroes that you're not the motherfucking original mound builders.
Shut your lame ass up. Let's go. We know the truth now here. This is Henry Gilman. He was an archaeologist that worked for Harvard University's Peabody Museum, right? He studied the bones of the mound builders. Now let's see what he had to say. Gilman had quite a few of his contemporaries working with him on the research with respect to the bone remains he discovered. Diagrams of leg bones and cranial measurements are included within the report. The artifacts are discussed at great length. A reference within the text mentions bone remains found which appear to correlate to the Negro. Let's keep going. This information was interesting in that the year was 1873. Racial tensions was high, and the slightest idea of a Negro mentioned in reference to ancient populations outside of Africa would have been considered diversive, rejected, and the author would have been discredited. We know the truth now.
Y'all hear that shit? We know the truth now. So basically, the brother picked research from the 1800s on ancient mound sites in America. At the time, that's all the science they had. They literally was picking up skulls and was looking at them and said, you know what? This skull looks like a Negro skull. Let's put it over there with what we think is Negro skulls. Later on down the line, genetics came and opened up the window, right, to the real science and open up the window to migrations. And it explains how the natives is actually got there. And it's not our black asses. Like, I don't know what the brother thinks to suggest that we was there or African people there. We would have African DNA at these ancient sites. So they do have genetic studies from these mound sites. But before I show you that, I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to show you the origins scientifically of, I'm going to show you some mitochondrial continuity with natives in these stages real quick before I get started, because I want to kind of cover that real quick. So I hope you guys are seeing, yeah, you guys should be seeing my screen. And the title of this report is Mitochondrial DNA Diversity in Indigenous Populations of the Southern Extent of Siberia and the Origins of Native American Haplogroups. Now, this ain't Port City making this shit up. This is what science is saying. These are mitochondrial lines, your mother, mother's mother, unbreakable line of genetic continuity that helps us explain the origin of the natives. Now, what I want to go down to is the meat and potatoes of this article real quick. I just want to get to this part right here. This part right here. All right, I'm going to highlight it. It says early studies of Native Americans' mitochondrial DNA variation have shown that all Native Americans' mitochondrial DNA belong to haplogroups A, B, C, D, and X, and that some of these haplogroups are also common along the northern Pacific Rim. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of point that out just so we know where we're at. So when we're talking about Native Americans, genetically speaking, during their mitochondrial line, we're talking about A, B, C, D, and X. So when we look at these ancient sites, that's all we should be finding. So if we look in these ancient sites, and if we're thinking that we're there, we should see a different type of haplogroup, because African Americans fall under the L1, 2, and 3 haplogroup. I just wanted to kind of put that out there. Again, the name of this particular study is mitochondrial DNA diversity in indigenous populations of southern extent of Siberia and the origins of Native American haplogroups. There's no way getting around this. There's no debunking this. This is what it is. Some of the natives that I've talked to have confirmed these haplogroups. So now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to go to one more. Where we at? I'm going to take this down and I'm going to go to one more. Just so we're clear on where these haplogroups originated from. I get a lot of pushback from my Native American community saying that we don't descend or we don't come from East Asian. Yes, mitochondrially speaking, you do. And I want to get that shit out of here because we can't go forward with the information on explaining how we're not originally from here unless we address this in a scientific manner. Now, I want you guys to pull up this article, a single and early migration for the peopling of the Americas, supported by mitochondrial DNA sequencing. So you can't get around it. All right. So I want to just talk about the highlighted part right here. I hope you guys can see that. This is the abstract from that article. It says nucleotide diversities analysis based on haplogroup A, which is one of those A, B, C, D, X haplogroups. A sequence suggests that Native Americans and the Chukchi originated from a single migration to Beringia, probably from East Asia, East Central Asia. I just want to put that out there. That occurred 30,000 to 40,000 years ago, depending on which substitution rates is used, with 95% confidence intervals between 22,000 and 55,000 years ago. So just so we're clear, we have a genetic origin of Native Americans from East Asia. I get a lot of pushback from this shit, and I'm sick and tired of it. I want to get that out of the way first. We can't talk about these mounds. We can't talk about these ancient sites in America unless we get over the mitochondrial lineage. Everybody come from somewhere. All right, so now that we got that out the way, we're talking about mounds, right? Let me put this screen down. We're talking about mounds in America. Family, they've gotten DNA. They sampled DNA from some of the oldest sites in America. And guess what? They don't belong to us, and we don't belong to them. So one of these studies, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. We're talking about mounds now. We're going right back to mound building, mound technology, right? That's where we're at right now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to pull up is a dissertation by Lisa Mills. Okay, now she was the she went to the site. She sampled and sequenced the DNA of these mound sites. All right. One in particular was in Michigan. All right. So if we were over here, we would leave some type of genetic footprint here. We would have some genetic continuity here in America, like the natives do with the East Asians. We should share some of that, but we don't. Now, I'm going to point you to this study. I'm going to point you to where she actually studied and actually got samples from actual mounds in America. All of these old mounds that they're talking about, we're the mound builders. We was here. All the niggas that hot glue feathers in their head. That's what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of them that suggest that we was here. Okay, so if you read the Lisa's Mill dissertation, I'm not going to go over the whole thing, but I just want to make it clear on when we sample these ancient sites, they don't have our genetic fingerprints on them, period. So some of these Negroes got to let that shit go. I know most of them won't. All right, so what we're looking at is the dissertation of Lisa Mills, right? It's titled Mitochondrial DNA Analysis of the Ohio Hopewell and Hopewell Mound Group. So we're talking about mounds in America. And I'm going to cut to the chase in this thing. We're going to talk about it. We just talked about the origin of these mitochondrial groups, but let's see what she has to say in the abstract here. I'm gonna go here. Where are we at? Hang on, I'm trying to find. I'm going to abstract. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. Okay, yeah, okay, here we go. Right here. Ancient. Can I blow this up? I want y'all to see this shit. Ancient mitochondrial DNA was extracted from teeth of 34 individuals excavated by H.C. Shetrom and entered in the mounds number 2, 4, 7, 25, and 26, as well as those unable to be assigned to a mound. Both, what did I say, phenol and chloroform and Yang Procto C of 1998 extractions methods were utilized to test for restriction sites of polymorphisms to distinguish the 5 maternal haplogroups. So even they're looking for a continuity because she knows that these founding American haplogroups will be A, B, C, D, and X and sequence hypervariable regions. It says results have identified 4 of the possible 5 mitochondrial haplotypes known to be involved in the initial peopling of the New World. We're talking about mounds now. I don't see no Negroes around here at all. It says HVI data from 50 modern and ancient Native American sample populations generate neighbor joining trees, allowing the placement of the Ohio Hopewell Mound group. We're talking about mounds in the context of existing modern DNA variation in North America and grouping them with individuals who share similar haplotype mutations. In a search of gene bank, the Hopewell Mound group sample shares unique mutations with mitochondrial DNA lineages in China, Korea, Japan, and Mongolia. Genetic analysis, which also completed utilization of the, I can't even pronounce that, Alecrium to calculate the de-indicating that the Hopewell have polymorphic mitochondrial DNA lineages. So basically, I'm not going to read no more of this. In this study, in the abstract, right, she found DNA that shares continuity with the folks in China, Korea, Japan, and Mongolia. So where the hell of our black ass is at over here? We didn't come over here until the slave trade. It is what it is. A lot of niggas need to swallow that and digest it. Pause. I'm sick of people saying that we was over here first with no proof, no genetic evidence. Now, to be clear, we know that the origins of Native Americans' mitochondrial group originated in East Asia, approximately 50,000 years ago. We have sites in Eastern Asia to confirm this. We have artifacts. So when the arrival of these Americans got here with their subclade haplogroups, these were the mound builders of America. These were the Aztecs of America, the Toltecs, the Olmecs, okay? And the modern day natives now, the contemporary natives share a genetic continuity with East Asians. I'm not saying it to be funny. I'm saying the shit to be scientifically right because I got scientific integrity. And that's how we all should play this shit. Now let's hear this nigga's video again. This is just a friendly reminder to some of you hot glue wearing ass Negroes that you're not the motherfucking original mound builders.
Shut your lame ass up. Let's go. We know the truth now here. This is Henry Gilman. He was an archaeologist that worked for Harvard University's Peabody Museum, right? He studied the bones of the mound builders. Now let's see what he had to say. Gilman had quite a few of his contemporaries working with him on the research with respect to the bone remains he discovered. Diagrams of leg bones and cranial measurements are included within the report. The artifacts are discussed at great length. A reference within the text mentions bone remains found which appear to correlate to the Negro. Let's keep going. This information was interesting in that the year was 1873. Racial tensions was high, and the slightest idea of a Negro mentioned in reference to ancient populations outside of Africa would have been considered diversive, rejected, and the author would have been discredited. We know the truth now.
See what I'm saying? Simple-minded Negroes. So basically, this brother came across an article, right, of a old site that had old bones, and they suggested that these was Negro bones. Now, mind you, this was in the 1800s, before they had DNA. So they couldn't sample these bones until they had DNA sampling technology. And that's what we have, a dissertation by Lisa Mills. This is a recent dissertation. These are current technologies, current science. This is up-to-date information. If you notice with these foods, they always pick up some old cracker's book. You know what I'm saying? They pick up some old dusty ass white man's book, and they telling us we don't know what we talking about. They're telling us we the agents. They're telling us that it's the white man's science. But most of the shit that they're saying came from a white man in the 1800s. Y'all see how that works? And these fools prey on the naivete of our people. This nigga is the same nigga that said we was riding on dinosaurs. Same cat. Said we was riding on dinosaurs. So, you know, cats like this generate a large following. You know, cats love hearing pseudo, and he loves spreading it. So, you know, that always matches up. But I just wanted to kind of bring that to you guys. You're gonna see this cat roll the corn and all that shit on the video. But when you break this stuff down, it don't make no goddamn sense what the brother's talking about. The brother said that they found bones at a site in Michigan, and they look like Negroes. So they look like Negro bones. That's what everybody was saying back then. You had racist people, and that was their way of trying to downplay the real people that actually made those mound sites. We fast forward to the dissertation of what's her name? I forgot her name. We go to her dissertation here, and she clearly telling you that we don't have any genetic ties to these people. Black folks, Negroes did not build the mounds of America. Get that shit out your motherfucking head, family. Please. Like, I don't understand. So if you guys want to look up her dissertation, it's available. I had to do some digging, but it's out there. I might try to put the link in the chat or something when I'm done. But her dissertation, this is Lisa Mills. So if you guys want to know about genetic studies on mounds, I think this is the only one that I came across that had a good comprehensive study with DNA. So she matched the DNA and connected the continuity of the DNA with East Asians. And we already talked about the peopling of America and where they came from. So roll the corn on that. What's up, Sharana? Roll the corn. Everybody roll the corn. I hope this nigga see that. If anybody see that brother, tell him to come over here and debate me. Stop trying to make these little tag videos, man. Like, come up here and get in the ring. It's been a while since I debated. Shout out to Blackwater. If y'all haven't seen that debate, go ahead and check that out. Shout out to Flex for coming in the ring. And shout out to the motherfucking Team Adjustment Syndicate, because that's what we do over here. You know, I don't got the fellas over here today. I just wanted to get this out the way real quick. But we're going to come back and push some more, because that's what we do. Thank you guys for liking the video. Make sure y'all share the video. I'm gonna see if I can share this on YouTube later down the line. But we're not the mound builders of America. Get this shit out your head. Like, we're not. You're gonna see niggas on your timeline saying shit like that. These niggas stay up late at night, hot gluing fellas on their head and convincing your ass that you ain't African. This is crazy. Shout out to everybody that came in. I normally don't come out here like that. But we're gonna warm the studio back up. Peace, y'all. I'm out. That's all I really got to say. I'm not gonna stay long. Peace. No closeout music. I'm just gone.